everyone. Normally I try and film these videos at night so I don't have this weird light coming in through my windows everywhere. But today's an exception because 538 revealed today this new little election battleground slash just 270 map thing, and I've been playing around with it, and I figured I would show some of my predictions for this upcoming election on presidential wise. I already did my Senate video last week, so you already know what that's about. This is kind of interesting because you can either just do the key states, which are Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Minnesota, Maine, Nebraska, New Hampshire, Nevada, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, Wisconsin. And what's funny is that some of these, they don't even give the other candidate a chance in. Like, essentially, I thought I'd go through state by state and just do my predictions and then talk about that a little bit after. Some of these are not going to surprise you. Some of these might surprise you. Who knows? But let's start off with the first couple. Obviously, Alaska, Alabama, Arkansas are going for Trump. They're, these three states are not surprising states usually presidential wise. Arizona, now this one is a swing state right now. It's definitely an interesting one. Arizona just seems to be turning more blue by the day. So I actually do think this is going to go for Biden, along with California, Colorado, Connecticut, DC, and Delaware. These states here are pretty reliable for Democrats. And Colorado does have the option of going for Trump, obviously, because it's not a sure thing, but I would be honestly surprised at this point if it did go for Trump. Florida, this is an interesting one. Old people live in Florida, a lot of old people, but so do a lot of. It also has a lot of young cities like Orlando, Miami, Tampa. These kind of cities, Jacksonville. They're all full of generally young people, so that's why Florida is a swing state every 4 years. It's just generally seen as a state that both parties have a hold on, although right now state-wise it's the Republican Party who has the pretty big hold on that state, but it still is very possible for this to go to Biden. However, right now I would say Trump's going to win Florida. So yeah, I think Biden could win this. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he won it, but right now I'd say Trump is going to win it just because I feel like his re-election definitely relies on the big states like Florida. Now let's talk about Georgia. Georgia is definitely a swing state, but I don't see it changing party hands. I would still place my money right now on Trump to win. I place my money a lot. Hawaii, not really going to change hands probably. Iowa is seeing a more Republican wave than a Democrat wave. Idaho, that's definitely staying. Illinois, that's definitely staying. Indiana, Trump, obviously. Kansas, Trump. Kentucky, Trump. Louisiana, Trump. Massachusetts definitely staying for Biden. Trump. Maryland definitely staying for Biden. Maine is probably going to go for Biden, at least the statewide. Maine's first congressional district, for those of you who don't know, Maine and Nebraska allocate electoral votes based on congressional districts. Michigan, I think that's going to go for Biden, just because, yes, it did go for Trump 4 years ago, but Michigan since then has seen a bunch of problems, including the Flint water crisis getting even worse, and just generally, I feel like this time around, independent voters and Democrats who voted for Trump definitely are most likely going to turn around. And I see that just because, based on polling, based on the crisis, the crises that have happened there, I just feel like it's not likely it goes for Trump in my mind. Minnesota as well is going to keep up that streak of being the longest active streak of voting for Democrats since 1972, not counting 1972, of course. Missouri used to be a bellwether state, and right now it's just a Republican state. As you can see, Mimmel is complete. Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi. I should have made an update to that last video. Mississippi's a swing state, or a lean state in the Senate now, but obviously it's not a lean state presidential wise. Montana is gonna go for Trump. It's not like the Senate or governor's race. North Carolina. Now this one's gonna probably surprise people based on some of the other picks I have coming, but I see North Carolina going for Biden right now, and the reason is because North Carolina is generally just polling. And I know I haven't based a lot of my other answers off of polling, but this is one where I've just, based on what kinds of polls are being put out and based on who's polling them, I just feel like this is probably gonna go for Biden just based on all of those polls. I'm one to never believe polls. Polls are like 2016 really and 2018 to an extent proved that polls are usually not to be trusted. However, I do think that this is one case where I'm going to trust the polls just because the Senate, I feel like even the Senate race could help pull Biden over, which is usually the other way. Biden pulls the Senate race over, but I feel like Cunningham is starting to open up that lead again, and so that could push Biden across the finish line. North Dakota obviously staying. Nebraska obviously staying. Nebraska's first, definitely staying. Nebraska's second, however, I think Biden actually wins it, and that kind of makes up for the electoral district he lost in Maine. And the reason is, right now, by the way, he's at 178, Trump's at 132. He has a 99% chance of winning with this map. But the reason I think Nebraska's second district is going is that Lincoln, Nebraska is, or Omaha rather, or, excuse me, Nebraska's second congressional district is just generally, it's a swing district. It's changed party hands in the last couple House elections. It nearly went for Clinton in 2016, went for Obama in 2008. I feel like Biden is popular enough in that kind of district to pull it over. Obviously, the third is staying, though. New Hampshire, ever used to be a swing state. I feel like it's just a lean state now. My home state in New Jersey is definitely staying. They're not even giving it another option. New Mexico is definitely staying. Nevada, I would say, is going to stay just because, in the same hands as it did last time, just because it's, yes, it's pretty close right now, but I feel like just reliably it's been pretty blue in the past couple elections, so I don't see that changing. Surprise, surprise, New York's going blue. Ohio is going to go for Trump. I know Ohio's gone for the winner of every presidential race since 1960, not counting 1960. I just feel like it's so politically different than it was those past couple elections that it's probably that Ohio voters are probably going to not see too much of a problem with Trump and end up re-electing him. I will say though, if it goes for Biden again, that wouldn't shock me. Trump has not kept a lot of his promises from the Midwest. But then again, Biden is definitely I think overestimating his support in Ohio. He's not exactly, how do I put this? He's not exactly making the right push for Ohio as I feel like he should. He's making a push, definitely, more of a push than Clinton made 4 years ago, but not the same kind of push I feel like that he needs, that Obama made, for example. Oklahoma, surprise, surprise, not changing. Oregon's going to go, obviously. Pennsylvania. Now, this one could decide the whole thing. As you see, 243 electoral votes. I think Pennsylvania, which is Biden's birth state, will go for him. So will Rhode Island. South Carolina won't. South Dakota won't. Tennessee won't. In my mind, Texas won't. Polling is definitely close here, but I just don't feel like it's Texas's time to go blue yet. I feel like maybe 4 years from now, if there's a stronger Democrat, but well, not stronger Democrat rather, but if the demographic trends keep going in the way they are in Texas, it's not going to change this election. Anyway, Utah is going for Trump, and then the state of Virginia is going to be what puts him over. Virginia has gone blue the past 3 elections, even when Clinton lost, it still went for Clinton mainly because her running mate was Senator Tim Kaine. Vermont is going for him. Bernie Sanders' home state. Washington's going for him, which my editor knows why he likes that state.
Do you want to know why I like that state? Well, you're going to have to visit my channel to find out.
Wisconsin's probably, just based on Minnesota and Michigan, will probably end up going for him, but he can take solace in the fact that he won Wyoming and West Virginia. This is an interesting map, I know, because it has North Carolina and Arizona going blue, while states like Ohio, Iowa, Florida, Georgia going red. This might not be the most likely map, but this is definitely the map I see playing out on election night or election week, since a lot of these states might not be decided on election night because of mail-in ballots. But a lot of this is if you look at the Midwest, Biden is much more, excuse me, Bandit, whoa. Sorry, whoa, again, my dog, Jesus Christ. Bandit, stop, please. Anyway, just based on states like Arizona, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Michigan, based on the Midwest, I see that Biden is much more popular in Wisconsin and Michigan than Hillary was 4 years ago. However, states like Iowa, Ohio, Indiana, these kinds of states, I feel like they're just generally more conservative these days. And this is what I think a Trump victory would look like. I feel like it definitely relies on Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Arizona, along with the states I already had going for him. Again, I'm not sure that's the most likely, and even then, it's so close that Biden might even be the one who ends up challenging mail-in votes. Anyway, and that's the end of the video for today. Sorry for having to edit out so much footage of my dog. He got a cone today, and so he's banging around everywhere. Anyway, yeah, have a good one, everyone, and yeah, also thank you for 50 subscribers. Bye.